1-on-1. He'll drop into the circle. Shot to goal! Anderson to the back attack. And the team's two top scorers are in sync tonight. One-timer from the high slot. Case measures it up and makes the save as he cuts off the angle. Hendrickson across the line, gets tackled there in the slot, gets right back up, shoots and scores!
Wow, what a move!
Garrett Hendrickson with a nifty move from his knee. He goes around Paige Skoog, sends it home over the shoulder, and it's 6-0 CRC.
Every time the pipe pings another goalie, here's Johnny's horn sing.
It's the Chill Coaches Show. Rick and Scotty are talking puck with Coach Degenhardt, Chill players, and even the opposition on Wednesday nights from Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's a 60-game season, and you're playing good competition every night. So we look at every weekend as a new opportunity, and don't like to get too far ahead of ourselves. We focus on Friday, and we focus on Saturday and take them one at a time.
Now, here are two guys that have already worked out a deal with Johnny Jones to shut off half the lights at the Omni Center the next time the Chill trail in the third period. Here's Rik Franke and Scotty Gran.
Yes, indeed. They got Johnny Jones doing lots of different things there at the Omni Center.
I'm sure that was an easy negotiation, too.
Well, you know, it's obviously
terms not disclosed.
It almost worked for Jim Harbaugh and the Niners at the Super Bowl, so I figured, you know, if we could pull out all the stops, we could try that as well. I don't know if AJ wants this. I don't know if he approves that message or not.
No.
We won't be losing going into the third.
No, that's right.
So Johnny Jones is our version of Las Vegas, Nevada? Is that what it is? Just saying.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Obviously, the hot topic this week in talk shows was the stoppage there in the Super Bowl where half the lights go off there in the Superdome, and I kind of think that maybe there was a little something more than just a power outage there. It just seems kind of weird it would happen in like the country's biggest spectacle. Is it a little bit of a surprise to you, AJ?
Yeah, a little bit weird. I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the game, but I did see that. It was a little bit odd. So
yeah, the shaman was too close to the transformer again. Get him away from there.
Welcome to the Coulee Region Chill Coaches Show, live from Buffalo Wild Wings here on the Coulee Region Sports Network. It is family night. That means the kids eat off the kids' menu for $1.99. They're filling up quickly. There are some tables available. Come on down and join us. We're going to talk puck for the next hour with Coach AJ, who is frantically on his phone nonstop because the trade deadline in the North American Hockey League, I believe 1 a.m. is the when the buzzer sounds and you're no longer able to ship players here and there, and you've been very, very busy the last few days making some wheeling and dealing. Is that actually the case? I mean, are we making some deals here?
That would be an accurate statement. There's been some failed ones. There's been a couple successful ones. Another one that's probably in the works right now as we speak. But, it's been a wild couple days. A lot of time on the phone. My wife probably hates me at the moment right now, but
it's never easy.
We'll get through tonight yet. So.
I've been there, buddy. I'll tell you that. Now let's talk about the ones we can talk about that have been the trigger has been pulled and the league has authorized, and that would be Matt Williams, a veteran player who has contributed quite a bit to this team this year, and obviously he's heading down the home stretch of his junior career. And he's going to be moving on out to, is it Johnstown? Going to be playing for the Tomahawks, which is a great program out there. They're having a real good year in their return to the North American Hockey League.
Yep, he's heading to Johnstown. They got a nice club out there. I had the opportunity to talk with their coaches for probably an hour yesterday about him, actually. And you know what? Matt came into me probably a month ago, actually, and said, hey, if we're not going to be in the playoffs, I'd like to be on a playoff team, given it's my last season. And very respectful kid, came in honorably, and, he helped us out the time he was here. And, it looks like we're probably not going to make the playoffs, so I honored his request and was able to move him onto that team there, and I think he's going to help him out. I think by the sounds of it, they're looking for him to come in and be a third, fourth-line centerman for them, and add a little bit of depth to the team, and I think he'll do a very good job there for him.
We certainly wish Matty the best of luck. Class act, good locker room guy, and obviously we hope the best for him in his time there with the Tomahawks, and wish him the best in his next ventures playing college hockey, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of one of those bittersweet things, I guess. If we're not going to be in the playoffs, I want to see a guy that I had win it. So
I think it's classy by the organization, too, to make that move, to give him the opportunity to, in his last run, to go ahead and see if he can do something, with the opportunity given to him. But I tell you, I mean, this a lot of wheeling and dealing, Rick. Let me tell you, this guy, we're sitting here, we're trying to set up, and all I hear in the background is ding, ding, or the phone ringing. I got to take this. I'm trying to talk to the guy here, see what's going on, get an insight. He's pretty tight-lipped about it.
He may take a call from somebody while we're doing the coaches show.
You want a cookie? I mean,
by the way,
you can ring it up and I'll just do it on the air.
By the way, it's Scotty Gran's birthday, and Nicole Noy brought him cookies. She didn't bake these herself. They look kind of Valentine's Day-like.
They do.
Maybe you could go dual purpose with those cookies. Nice. But they look very, very tasty. And happy birthday to you. How old are you today?
33.
Holy 33 years old, huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yep, and the hairline recedes more every day.
It is. It's you may want to adjust your headset, too, right now. You got a little tuft sticking up above there. But
hey, we're in high definition. You can see it right now.
Go
ahead. Take a look at it.
It's kind of a beacon.
Yeah.
It's
me, beaker.
It's all right, though. Okay, so we talked about Matt Williams going off to Johnstown. Also, I saw that we made a deal for a goaltender, and obviously with Blake Cates out 4 to 6 weeks, and kind of a rough road trip for Devin. There's high points and low points, and it wasn't a great weekend for him. But he went with some experience and brought a kid in, played with Minot last year. His name's Tim Shaughnessy, and he was playing at
good move.
with the Jamestown Ironmen. And has some decent numbers this season.
Yeah, he's a pretty good goaltender from Jamestown. I got a chance to see him out at the showcase, and he's a good goaltender. Obviously, at this point, like a 92 coming in, maybe isn't the ideal situation, but also we want to win some games down the stretch here, and we want to give ourselves the best opportunity. And we were able to acquire him for a pretty cheap price also, because they got their new starting goalie, I guess, back from Sioux City, and their backup, I think, is a 94 or 93. I'm pretty sure he's a 94. So they were looking to move him. I had put out an email to the league letting everybody know that, hey, we need a goaltender here, and they called. We were able to work out the terms of it, and yeah, he's actually an hour 20 away right now, and I'm going to be meeting him over at the rink afterwards here. So we're excited to have him.
He's getting to work quickly.
Yeah, AJ, with the future not really in total vision at this point, what kind of flexibility does that give you guys maybe down the road if he decides to come back, if Blake Cates comes back 100% healthy, and obviously with Devin's performance, he's young, he's still learning, but that kind of raises some questions too on his availability for next season too.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, Blake right now, I guess I had a conversation with him this morning. It looks like he's probably going to be out another 4 weeks before he can even touch the ice, and then probably another 1 to 2 after that. So just looking at the schedule right now, it probably made sense to put him on the season-ending IR and bring in someone who can play. So ultimately, we decided on this kid. He's, like I said, he's a 92, a good player, and now it's our responsibility to bring him in here, get him the games. I know he's had some interest from college scouts already. Now it's our job to move him on. So in terms of Devin's doing a good job for us. Obviously, this last weekend, I think he'd be the first to admit that there were probably some goals that he would like to have back out of the weekend, but you know what? He is a young guy. He's still learning. He's still developing, so we're just kind of taking it day-to-day with him.
Yeah, for the new goalie, Shaughnessy, I mean, this is kind of a win-win situation. It's a win for the Chill, get an experienced netminder in for the home stretch, and then for him, it's a chance to showcase his skills in front of the college scouts.
Yep, exactly, and I spoke with him on the phone the other night. He seems like an outstanding, respectful young man, and I told him, you're going to play the bulk of the games from here on out. We got 17 left, I think it is, or somewhere in there, and I told him you're probably going to play all but maybe 3 of those games. So here's an opportunity for you to showcase yourself. You're on your last couple months of junior hockey. Here's an opportunity for you to showcase yourself to scouts and make the most of it. So.
Based on what you've seen of him, you probably watched a little bit of film, kind of checking in to see a little bit of his background. What type of goaltender is he? He's small, it looks like.
Yeah, he's a small guy. He moves well, though. He tracks the puck well. He controls his rebounds pretty well. So from what I saw, he just looks like a really solid, sound goaltender who doesn't get himself into a lot of trouble, what you want from a goalie. So.
Are you enjoying this general manager part of the role you have with the Coulee Region Chill? I mean, is this fun
I'm
for
not
you?
playing fantasy
I mean, I asked you to
hockey.
play fantasy
Not
hockey
gonna
with
do
us.
it.
We were putting a fantasy hockey
Not
league
gonna do
together,
it.
and then of course now you're doing the real thing here with the Coulee Region Chill in the North American Hockey League. So are you having fun with it?
It's interesting to say the least. I mean, it's fun. It's exciting. Like I said, it is fantasy hockey with real players, basically. But I mean, it's not easy to see a guy go. It's not, it's not easy to have a new guy come, I guess, so to speak, too, and come into the locker room. But that's the reality of the sport. As changes are made, and you got to adjust to them, and you got to make the most of whatever you're dealt. So it is exciting. It has been a tiresome last couple of days, but it's been fun nonetheless. So.
AJ, after all this is said and done, what do you hope to accomplish? I know I guess the professional answer is just to get better, okay? And I've heard that a lot in my time, just listening to other coaches and GMs talk. But what's your real goal here? Are you looking to kind of get younger and tougher, or are you just looking to add some depth in some instances for next year?
Yeah, I would just like to get better, actually.
Listen to this.
No, I honestly, I think I would like to acquire some assets. We weren't able to do that, but I would like to just get a little bit older, even not guys that are aging out, but guys that are going to come in next year with a little bit of experience in the league. Guys that can help us out in that sense. If there's any good young guys out there, I would like to bring them in. But I'm pretty much open to anything at this point. We're obviously in the selling stage at this point, and you know what? It's an exciting time. It's an interesting time, so to speak. But I think we got a good foundation for what we want to start with next year. So anything that I can add to that mix, I think, is only going to help us out. So.
Looking at teams that are going to the playoffs here, they're obviously in contact with you, probably looking at some of those veteran players. Obviously, when you look at the statistics and you look at, the high-end players on the Coulee Region Chill, I bet you've had a lot of people probably checking into a Mac Jansen. But with Mac, the question is Mac going to school next year? Is he coming back to play for the Chill? He is eligible for another season in junior hockey. I mean, is this a common conversation?
Yeah, no, it was very common, actually. Mac was a very high-interest player. Faust was, Anderson was, all guys that they're interested in. And looking at the longevity of the program, I think they're all guys that I would like to see back here next year. As long as they don't make a USHL club or whatever, I'd like to see them back here and with us. And I think they're big parts of next year's team. And as far as Mac goes, I've asked him. He had told me that he was thinking about Division III at this point. But I've also heard in the last week that he's leaning towards coming back now. So time will tell with that, I guess. But, yeah, he's not a guy that I was really willing to move. We kind of sat down and talked about him a little bit and kind of were I guess we were all in agreement in the sense that, you know what, he could possibly be back here next year. We're not willing to give up that many goals right now, and we'd like to see him back here with us, so we're going to take that chance.
Herschel Walker trade scenario? Just give up a whole team?
Hey, call up Coach Ditka. Now, obviously, you'd like to keep, I'm sure your vision is to keep Jansen, Faust, and Hunter Anderson together, if at all possible, for the return next year as the top scoring line.
Absolutely. Anytime you can have a line like that can all potentially be back together, it's one, it's a recipe for good things, and two, it's exciting to see as a coach. So, I'd love to have those three guys back. Obviously, we got to have some conversations over the next couple of months here and decide what's in the best interest of everybody and hash things out a little bit. But, in an ideal world, I'd love to see those three back on the ice in our uniform next year.
I heard the phone was tinkling again.
It's dinging.
It's another day. You want to look at it, I know.
I did look at it, and actually the broadcast is not working from my dad.
Oh, is that what he said? What's going on, Timmy? Are we working? He's got his head shaking. Are we on? We're not on.
All right.
All right, so AJ, let's talk about the road trip to Aberdeen and what you saw from the boys. Obviously getting off to a good start on the Friday night game, getting the first 2 goals. Power play was 2 for 4. Talking upside first here. But then the wheels kind of came off, and 6 straight goals for Aberdeen after getting off with 2 quick ones. Kevin Becker contributing again. Corey Lashenko, he had spent a little time injured, then he was back in, and that was his first goal since he came back from his injury. what kind of happened as far as getting that lead and then having it dissipate? What went wrong there?
I think we just got a little bit comfortable with it again. I mean, anytime you go into a series, if you were to tell me beforehand that we were going to score 8 goals on the weekend, I would have assumed we're probably going to get at least 2 points out of it. But Devin would be the first to tell you that he probably should have played a little bit better, but at the same time, we could have played better in front of him too. So, you know what? I think it was a pretty good weekend. I hate to say that when you lose 2 games, but I think the boys competed hard. I think they played well. I think they played good enough to win both nights. It's just a matter of you got to have all the pieces of the puzzle coming together, and they didn't this last weekend. So, unfortunately, we came out with 2 losses. We got a big weekend against them though this weekend too. So. We got to bounce back, and we got to fix some of the things that we didn't do great last week, which I would say was our defensive zone a little bit. We spent probably 45 minutes on that in practice yesterday, so I think we ironed out a couple of those kinks, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. So, how
good are Parisek? And I tell you, he's just that guy had a great weekend in general.
So did Krieger. He was player of the week.
I was thinking Peter Krieger, both those guys. I mean, do you think given a different situation, both those guys, how good do you think they are if they were put on a contending franchise? Because it just seems like that this weekend the light switch was on and they were open for business.
Yeah, no, they're definitely talented players, both guys that can score. They got that kind of guy that comes down and they take a shot and it finds the back of the net every time you give them an opportunity. So definitely good players. I think they had a really good weekend against us, to be honest. They put up a good number of points. I think that's their one dangerous line that they have, and that's a big part of the weekend. This weekend is we got to shut them down. We can't allow them to get space. We can't allow them to get to the net and get those opportunities.
I wish I could go down the ice in NHL 13 and score a goal every time I shot it.
No,
you're
getting better at it, but you're still not quite there.
Yeah. Derek O'Flynn, his first goal. I mean, how excited was he over the weekend?
Yeah, He was definitely excited after he scored his goal. It always helps to get that monkey off your back, so to speak, too, and kind of let you ease the tension, grip the stick a little bit lighter, and hopefully that can carry over to this weekend.
I'm a Derek O'Flynn fan. I think he's got a good future.
Oh, I love Derek. I like his style. I like that he focuses number one on defense, but yet he still can take a shot from the point and still can set things up. Yeah. Definitely a solid player. How about Chad Catt, the cat they brought over from Amarillo, their backup netminder? It looks like you guys got some shots on him. He gave up 5 goals on 35 shots on the Friday game. Can you get to this guy?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I talked to you a little bit about the trade earlier. I think they're probably going to have a different goaltender, and not this weekend now. But, if he plays, I think so. He's a good goalie. He tracks the puck pretty well, doesn't give up a ton of big rebounds, but he does give up some rebounds, and we got to capitalize on that. We got to put a lot of pucks on the kid, and we got to go to the net with a purpose. So it's really no different than most weekends. You got to challenge the goaltender, you got to put pucks on him, and you got to continue to go to that net with a purpose and see what happens. So
this Wings team much better than they were to start the season, do you think?
You know what, I would say I would put them in a little similar category to when I took over here. It's just a re-energized club right now. I think they got a second or actually a third breath there now with the new coach, and he's running the bench by himself. He's doing a good job. He did make a nice acquisition in the new goaltender that they do have coming in this weekend also, and I think good things are ahead for that club. I know him personally a little bit, and he's a very level-headed, just a very down-to-earth coach, and I think he'll do good things there. So.
No offense to Aberdeen, but there isn't much to do there. Coulee Region's a much better place to come on to Coulee Region. We had a lot of stuff to do. You should see our mall. People in Aberdeen, your mall. Okay. Yeah.
You could do like they do in Marshfield and drive around the arena and talk on your CB all day and tell each other you're going to the KT. That's that. But going back to this weekend, AJ, and you talk about potential for both these clubs. Do you think both of these clubs, be it your Coulee Region Chill and Aberdeen, have a lot of untapped talent that is going to just get better in the next 2 years? Because I look at Aberdeen's roster, I know Rick has too. They got a lot of young guys, so do you, especially in that blue line. Both teams are similar in that aspect. Do you think you're going to see a lot of improvement there?
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's 2 young clubs. That's probably why our records are where they're at right now at this point, I guess. And it's 2 teams that are kind of playing for next season right now. You're looking to build for next year. You're looking to play for a spot for next year. So guys got a lot to prove at this point. I think it should be a pretty good, hard-fought, probably a close series, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's definitely they got a good young club. We got a good young hockey team, and I think good things are ahead in the near future for both teams. So.
Well, AJ, I know you want to get back on the phone here, and we have Michelle Bryant, the Chill owner, on it. Wants to talk a little bit about the new junior AAA Chill, and of course you're going to be involved with that as well on a coaching aspect.
Should we have AJ name that goal call or name that goal song?
Do you want to do that with AJ right now?
Should we do one with him?
Okay, let's give him one right now.
Oh, AJ.
We'll see how good he is at this stuff.
I don't even watch TV.
All right, do you want to do like a big announcer voice, Scott, or
right,
are you
here
going to
we
do Yoda? Don't do Yoda.
Button pressing. Yoda. He does. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, live from Buffalo Wild Wings, CRSN presents Name That Goal Song with AJ Degenhardt.
All right, here we go.
This is Timmy's favorite.
Come on. It makes you want to move just a little bit.
It does make me want to move. I have no idea what it is, though. Who is it?
Think Brendan Shanahan's first team.
Detroit Red Wings.
For the Detroit Red Wings. He was the #1 pick overall for this franchise.
I don't even know.
The Hartford Whalers.
Oh, God, my least favorite
How about
team.
that? Yep, the Hartford Whalers. I know that Mike Welvert, who is, of course, a Coulee Region Chill fan, and he also works, helps as a volunteer on during the Chill games. He plays that every now and then during the Avalanche games.
The Brass Bonanza.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Well, okay, so you didn't get that one, but that's okay. It was still a nice effort.
It was. I tried really hard. I didn't succeed.
I still think they should have replaced the Sesame Street theme with that one at the beginning. I think that would have been better. Just saying.
Hey, you're the birthday boy. Whatever you want, Scotty.
All right, awesome.
All right, Coach AJ Degenhardt, as always, we enjoy talking with you. Go grab yourself some great food here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Get you all set up there, and say hi to Dad, too.
Will do.
All right. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll talk with Michelle Bryant, the owner of the Coulee Region Chill.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is. It's ringing.
Would you like to be the first to know before Quick Trip raises the price of gas by receiving alerts on your cell phone? To sign up, text KTKS to 75309. From there, you'll click on the link to choose your favorite Quick Trip store. You'll receive alerts before Quick Trip raises the price of fuel, and you'll receive other money-saving coupons, too. So text KTKS to 75309 to enroll, or visit our website at quicktrip.com and click on Quick Trip Mobile. Message and data rates may apply.
America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin is the home of the Coulee Region Chill's guest opponents. Rooms are available with refrigerators, microwaves, coffee makers, free Wi-Fi, and continental breakfast. Mention the Chill's special daily, weekly, and monthly rates when you book your stay at the America's Best Value Inn and Econo Lodge in La Crosse, Wisconsin, where people stay by choice, not by chance.
Everything we do is to bring you back. Our Tot Spot makes shopping fun for you and the kids. Our signature meats like burgundy pepper spoon roast, ribs on a stick, and Oktoberfest bratwurst make meal prep a snap. Plus, our spectacular deli takes eating at home to a whole new level. Festival's Boomerang Theory. Innovation to bring you back.
Great stuff for not a lot of money. Festival Foods.
This is the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings on CRSN.
Welcome back to the Chill Coaches Show. Rik Franke, Scotty, Gran, and Michelle Bryant, owner of the Coulee Region Chill here at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I got cookies.
Come on down and join us. You did it, and it looks like Michelle brought you a birthday present as well.
I thought the gift bag was from Johnny Jones for a second there. It's tie-dye.
Maybe. It's a little tie-dye.
It's tie-dye.
I need to get some Chill gift bags.
I like it.
Just a few items.
I'm not
Happy
even going to,
birthday.
I see, because it's kind of, it's sort of psychedelic, kind of a hippie-ish kind of look. That's what made you think of Johnny Jones.
Yeah, it did.
That's all right.
Just a few little things to remember our organization by.
Remember
the
organization.
look at that.
Stuff.
That's for the den downstairs.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
There we go.
I don't know if you have one of those yet.
I
do
don't.
You?
I
Okay,
don't
good.
have one.
Good.
Thank you very
Good.
much.
Good.
And what else is in here?
That's beautiful. What else you got?
Oh, this will definitely come in handy.
You might have one, but you can always use another one.
Oh yeah.
This one is going to be numero uno now. So.
There's always 6 of them in the refrigerator. You can just drop them right in there.
Now I like that.
This year's puck.
I like that.
We change out the
that.
pucks every year.
Can I get an autograph by Mike Gargaro? Do you think?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Michael signed that one.
That's
Coulee
right.
Bank with confidence
I'll
puck.
ask him. Hopefully he's watching somewhere.
You know, there's a grin on his face every time one flies out to a fan.
Yeah, and I always worry. Oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't hit someone.
Yeah,
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And thanks for doing this on your birthday and spending time with us.
33, but he's going to celebrate, Michelle. He's going to the land of the Green Bay Packers. He's going up near Green Bay. What is it you're doing?
We're my girlfriend and I, her birthday's on the 9th, and she's here too. We're just enjoying the pleasantries. And we're heading up to Surgeon Bay tonight. We actually have a place, like bread and breakfast we're going to be at for a few days. We got tickets to Jeff Dunham in Green Bay. We'll see that.
Nice.
We're going to go on a winery tour. I'm going on a brewery tour, that's for sure. And maybe I'll try to sneak in for a Hall of Fame tour. She's not listening right now, but we'll try to get in for that as well.
All right.
So she doesn't
Packer Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I've only been there 8 times. I told her this would be the 9th. You know, it's always better every time you go.
It sounds like a fun couple days of celebrating.
Donald Driver just retired. I want to check that out.
That's right. They did a ceremony on the radio today. I tuned it in for a quick second. And then
something to ignore the Ryan Braun stuff with.
I do like Donald Driver there, but we're not talking football. We're talking hockey.
And
we're talking to Michelle Bryant. And, these are exciting times. Yes, our playoff hopes this year are not looking so good, but there's already a start in a building for next year. And those things are going fast and furious on AJ's phone as he's been making deals. Some of them we are able to talk about. Some need to be evaluated by the league, et cetera, and it goes all the way until 1 a.m., I understand. That's the deadline in the North American Hockey League. But you made an announcement a little over a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, that there's going to be a new program based out of the Onalaska Omni Center, and that is the AAA Junior Chill. And people can check out what that is all about by going to crchill.com, of course, and clicking on the tab that has information on this. But I kind of wanted to get your vision with this and what made you decide to start up a AAA program.
Well, there are a couple of AAA programs that are kind of regional, but right to this area, there really hasn't been one. So folks have to drive 45 minutes, an hour to 2 hours to have a AAA program. And, we've been part of those programs. I've got 4 boys that play hockey. And, what our goal is to develop the Coulee region youth hockey players and to give them an opportunity to advance their skill set during the off season in the spring and summer, and be able to play a AAA schedule.
And how would you compare what you're doing with the AAA Junior Chill to other programs like the Blue Devils and the Heat? I think the Heat is entirely different than the Blue Devils. And are you entirely different than both of them?
I mean, I think, in some ways I think we are. The Heat program is a developmental program for all levels of players. You can be beginner, middle, or a higher end player. It's some nice ice time during the summer. My kids have done it the last 2 years. It's been in place, and it's a really, really great program. And it's for families that just want to keep their kids on the ice during the summer, but also be, taught some things. My kids have loved it, and Todd Sandin and that whole group does a fabulous job. And my guess is I'll have at least 1 or 2 or 3 of my kids doing it this year. We'll see. But it is a great program to keep the kids on the ice. Other AAA programs, they all have different things to offer. And, I think part of what makes our Junior Chill AAA special is that, it's just an extension of our brand. And, we want to keep our brand alive among the youth in the area and support the youth, directly in our region, and help those kids develop and, get to a higher level of hockey.
And I know AJ is going to be kind of taking a leadership role in terms of the coaching with this program. Are you looking for other coaches to help out with the program? What process are you in with that right now?
AJ, we're looking at, we're not exactly sure how many levels of age groups we're going to have yet. We've had a pretty good response so far, which we're really excited about. AJ will kind of head up that program, as well as, whatever other additional coaching staff we bring in for the upcoming season. And there are local folks that have coached AAA before that have expressed an interest to help us out. And we are very open to that. We're also looking to, maybe some local universities that have some hockey programs to see, if they would like to join up with us. So it's a start to a program that we're really excited about. And also, if you're part of the program, you get a season ticket to our games next year. So that's pretty exciting.
That's pretty nice.
And for a AAA program, we're trying to keep the price reasonable for families because there are a lot of programs out there, and we want them to have the ability to do some other things too if they want to. So, our price is pretty reasonable for the ice time that you get in the tournaments.
And I think, like a hockey parent, and I think, boy, it's great to have another program at the Omni Center because what should happen then is that prices for ice should go down because there's more ice being used. Right? Isn't that what we want?
This public service announcement brought to you by Rik Franke.
Isn't that what we want? But I mean,
it's true.
In essence, it could happen that way, and I'm sure that they're trying to utilize as much time there at the Omni Center as they can sell.
Yeah, exactly. And we, with this junior program, we might very well be one of the larger customers at the Omni Center for them. If we have most of our age groups participate, and we might not have all this year, but certainly next year I see that growing as well. We very well could be one of the larger ice purchasers there, and that's a good thing for the Omni Center, for the community, for the chill and for the youth in the area. And other programs, Blue Devils has done a fantastic job through the years, and my children have been part of the program, and we're very grateful for that. And but what we're trying to do here is just support our larger brand of junior hockey, and it's important that we do that because we want to continue to generate awareness of our program and of the sport, of the sport itself in our local area.
Well, Michelle, I got 2 questions for you on this. Now, was this something of more of a personal decision for you to pursue this because your family's so involved in the sport of hockey? And also for the brand, you talked about what it could do for the brand. Is that also kind of a recruiting tactic to keep some of these kids around the area when it's time for them to move up to this junior level? Maybe they remember that they played in the Triple H Hill or in this area to kind of progress their skills?
Yeah, I think it's a great stepping stone for kids in the area to move up the levels in the junior AAA, and then to, eventually, I know a lot of these kids have goals to play junior hockey. So, if we can help them try to fulfill those goals, just like we do with our current Chill team, that's pretty exciting. My husband and I, we have a commitment to the community to help hockey players, and yeah, that does help our kids, but the reason we're in this is to help all kids. We wouldn't go out and invest in a junior team to not support the 23 kids we have in our roster and what their goals are. So it's really fun to be part of something that, you're really trying to help people and try to help people in a sport that not only do we love and our children love, but, all the people that we're involved with who want to be in our program love. So, kind of a little bit of a long answer to your short question, but, and of course my boys are excited, there's no doubt, and
Sure.
I will enjoy not having to drive 45 minutes to an hour.
Is she ever going to be a coach?
Probably not.
Okay, just asking.
But we'll have him
He
out
works
on the
well
ice.
with children, though.
He does.
Yeah,
He'd be
he does.
great.
He
Yeah.
does. And he's a good skater.
He is. He's a fantastic skater.
He's a very good skater. He needs the massages a little too
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
He spends a lot of
Yeah.
time with the
Yeah.
masseuses from Globe
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on there. But I'm a marketing person, so I also see another angle to this being a positive for the brand of the Coulee Region Chill.
Yep.
And I would imagine that you will probably have jerseys that will have something similar to the logo of the
Yep.
Coulee Region
Yep.
Chill. So that means it's more exposure for the brand out and about when they're going to
Absolutely.
different tournaments and competing in the AAA format.
Absolutely. And, right now I have a graphic designer working on the logo for the Junior Chill. And we're excited about that. We're hoping, Janesville Jets has a junior program. Alexandria Blizzard, now an NA3 team, has a junior AAA team. And we'd love to set up games with them and reach out and, just as an organization with other NA teams, help the youth in the area and support them.
No, I know we've got Andy Faust in-house and Derek Smith, who, by the way, if those of you that didn't know this, he was honorable mention from the North American Hockey League for Player of the Week this week, and Derek has had an outstanding season.
Yes,
We're going to talk to those guys momentarily, but just a couple more questions for you. Obviously, the process has started preparing for next year. Pre-draft camps. You've set a date for that.
We did, yeah.
And you can go to the website, crchill.com, correct? And you can get information on what it costs to partake and where it's going to be, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep, we put that out there today, and I think it went on the league website as well, nahl.com and crchill.com, and hit our tryout tab, and all the information's there, the registration form. It's going to be May 17th through the 19th up in South St. Paul. we're pretty excited about it. We have a lot of interested players already that have, contacted our organization in the last month or two and want to know when it is, and so we're pretty excited about it. It doesn't end.
It doesn't. It doesn't. No, preparing and.
How's your phone doing today?
Yeah. Preparing for that stuff and marketing for next year. There's a lot to do in junior hockey. There's no question about that. Are you going to have 3 camps this year or 2 camps? How many camps are you going to do?
I think we might go for 3.
Okay.
We have 2 of them planned already, and we're looking at where we're going to hold our another camp. Either, is it Milwaukee, Chicago, or even here.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly would love to bring players here to the area to see what it's like, because it is such a beautiful area to live and to play junior hockey in. So we want to give a little bit more exposure to the Coulee region, and of course, it helps out the city with some hotel rooms and restaurants and all of that. So, we want to be as big of a supporter of our region as we can.
Sure. I know it's only 4 hours from Chicago. I mean, that's not a bad trip.
Yeah.
And then you got a couple hours from the cities. And, it really is not a bad location to do maybe a second camp, and then, of course, the final camp.
Sure. Right. And the final camp's always a fun time. I mean, it's just so upbeat, and the players that come in, we keep them busy, we work them hard, but they have a good time, and it's a fun couple of days. So having 2 of those would be pretty exciting.
Well, let's hope we get a couple of wins this weekend against
doubt.
Aberdeen, get them back for last weekend. Series is pretty even this year after they got the last 2. We want to make sure we close out Aberdeen and
especially at home,
get a couple of wins here this weekend. We look forward to it.
Yep.
And come on down and get your tickets. You can, it's a darn good deal for a student to get in for $6.
That's right.
It's quality entertainment. It's a lot of fun, and even for adult tickets, just $10.
And actually, we're going to have our Buffalo Wild Wings blazing hot wing eating contest
the
this
wing
weekend.
eating contest.
Wow.
And you got to keep the Gargaro kids out of there. They keep
Yeah.
winning. I don't.
Yeah, it was. Wouldn't they win like the blizzard eating contest
Yeah,
and
it
like
is,
something else?
There's so many Gargaro kids.
Yeah,
How
there
do you
is.
keep track?
Mike,
keep
I'd like to
piling
get
up.
your kids to autograph my puck too if you're out there somewhere.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here with the Chill Coaches Show. When we come back, we'll talk with Andy Faust and Derek Smith, Chill Players. That's coming up next here for the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo
Name
Wild
that
Wings
cool
on
song.
the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Like a puck flying across the ice, Beaver Builder Supply has a fleet of trucks to deliver your building supplies at warp speed. Looking for roofing or siding? Thinking of a new garage or window replacement? Beaver Builder Supply is your solution store. If you have questions or for order pickups, we're located in Holman, right on Highway 53. Don't burn your time wandering around a big store. Come to Beaver Builder Supply for immediate top-flight service and quality supplies. Go chill.
Founded by Tony Zach in 1999, Empire Development has been the area leader in home remodeling and repair.
Is it time for a residential or commercial remodel? Check out empiredevelopment.com or come into our newly remodeled showroom in Onalaska. There you can see our products and meet our on-staff interior designer.
Hi, I'm Katie, the interior designer at Empire Development. I would love to help you design your dream remodel.
Like us on Facebook or check us out at empiredevelopment.com.
Do you, Kasasa? Do you have a free checking account that tells it like it is? With Kasasa Cash, I get just what I need. Massive interest paid back to me in straight-up cash. No points or pointless, as I like to call them. Plus no minimum balance and nationwide ATM fee refunds. Now that's to the point. Do you, Kasasa?
Don't just bank. Kasasa. Kasasa Cash. Only available at America's finest community banking institutions. Certain restrictions apply. See financial institution for details.
Kasasa. Now at Coulee Bank. Member FDIC.
This is the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings on CRSN.
Welcome back to the Chill Coaches Show. Rik Franke, Scotty, Gran here at Buffalo Wild Wings. $1.99 off the kids menu. Do they check an ID to see how old you are, whether you qualify for the kids menu? I know you've gotten by before. You're 33 today. So I don't know. I mean, that shouldn't qualify as...
I get carded every time I go anywhere, so, I mean, I don't think it would work.
I think it's the tuft of hair on top. I think that's...
You think the alfalfa look is what it is?
I think that might be what it is. Guys, what do you think? Derek Smith and Andy Faust in-house here. What do you think? Do you think can he pass for a kid for the kids menu?
I think that 5 o'clock shadow might be out.
Oh, you see a shadow there? Look at that. Yeah, maybe can't get away.
It's chocolate milk. Get by with that.
You're not thinking
chocolate milk.
you don't buy it. No.
No.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the home stretch here of this 2012-13 campaign for the Coulee Region Chill. We were talking with AJ earlier, and we said, hey, what's the mood of the guys right now? Obviously it was a tough weekend last weekend going to Aberdeen and losing those games, although Coach AJ also said he thought that the effort was very, very good from you guys. Devin had a little bit of a tough time keeping the puck out of the net, and kind of the difference there in terms of a 6-5 and 5-3 loss. But he said, you guys, your mood in the locker room is great, and you guys have a positive attitude about trying to close out this season on an up note and build for next year. And, elaborate on that if you could.
I think the guys in the locker room know the past is the past. The record is what it is, and we got 18 or so games left to, just get wins. I think that's our main focus, is just winning as many games as we can this last 18 and staying positive.
But your numbers have definitely been there, Andy. Obviously the line that excites the people at the Omni Center, and when they watch you on Fast Hockey on the road, and you and Mac and Hunter, I mean, you guys have clicked well together. And, with Derek at the blue line, again, kudos to you, sir, for the honorable mention for Player of the Week. And
Thank you.
You've been mentioned before, and, it's been a common occurrence to see your name there on the North American Hockey League site as one of the top defensemen in the league, and that's got to make you feel pretty strong.
Yeah, it's nice to get noticed. It's an honor, and the team's playing well, and it's just a good honor to get noticed.
I really like your hat. Where'd you get that hat from?
I don't know where I got it from.
I don't know where I got it from.
What, you got a hat too?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You just aren't wearing it tonight.
Some nice hats.
All right, I got to ask you this, Andy. They call you Footy. What's the reason for it? Can you even explain it here on the Chill Coaches Show?
I've always held back a little, but I'll give everyone the inside scoop tonight. Back when I was younger, my mom would always call me Woody.
Okay.
And my older brother couldn't say his W, so he just called me Footy.
Oh,
and it just stuck ever since.
I like that. Was
That's
it
cool.
like Woody, like as in Buzz Lightyear and Woody kind of thing, or what?
Just kind of a nickname or
right.
something.
So Woody
at least
turned
it
to
wasn't
Footy.
Hoodie. At least it wasn't Hoodie afterwards. That would be bad.
Yeah. There's enough hoodies going around right now. But so that's the story behind Footy. And now, they call you Smitty or what? What do you get called?
Yeah, Smitty, Smith, I don't know. It's just Smitty's pretty common nickname.
All right, so you guys are getting the home stretch here. You want to win as many games. That's evident as you possibly can. What's next for you guys? Are you guys back next year? I mean, obviously there's some thought process that's got to go through. You got to see what you want to do. Hey, the deadline's at 1 a.m. I think you guys are safe, but you never know what can happen in junior hockey. You could be somewhere one day and gone the next, right?
They should be safe.
Yeah. Oh
Just saying.
I think
Just
they're
saying.
safe. But his phone keeps ringing. I'm just telling you.
As a hockey player, you're always looking to move on to the next level and individual success, but I loved it here in Coulee, and I'd come back in a heartbeat if I had to.
I hope you're back next year, Derek. I really do. Footy?
Yeah, I think, at this point I'm just looking to stay in the present and focus on this year, let next year be next year after this year. But, yeah, I've loved my time here so far, and I'd have no problem coming back here whatsoever.
It's way better than Aberdeen, isn't it?
A lot more to do, a lot more to look at.
What's the deal with that mall there in Aberdeen? I mean, I hate to keep picking on Aberdeen's mall, but it's pretty bad, isn't it?
I don't think we've ever seen it.
Oh, you guys don't walk around there. What are you doing when you're killing time? What do you guys do there? When I traveled the last 2 years, we had to go to that stupid mall.
Stay out of the wind and sit in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
White House Inn.
Oh, yeah, the White House.
And he doesn't like malls to begin with, so that tells you something right there.
I don't like the White House either.
Yeah.
Cigarette smoke smell and...
trains, I heard, right?
Yeah, the train at 3 a.m.
You're hoping you're not waking up to John Candy next year.
Right?
That'd be kind of awkward.
I'm sorry. I like the good people, the organization there in Aberdeen, but God, find another hotel. Can you do that for us,
Hey,
really?
Footy, I got to ask you, how does it feel to really become a leader for this team? I know AJ, in the interview that we spoke with him earlier, definitely pointed you out as a guy that's been more vocal and has really stepped up. And then how does the team respond to that as far as your teammates, and do they appreciate the fact that you're willing to be that type of leader?
Well, I just think it's kind of my personality to say what's on my mind and say what needs to be said at certain times. And, you know, I think at times the guys have responded well, and I just think, you know, at some point everyone in the locker room's got to be a leader, whether it's vocally or, you know, through play. But I think that's just how I've been trying to be a leader lately.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, there's been a lot of reports in the last couple of years on performance-enhancing drugs. Lately, yesterday, as I'm sure a lot of Wisconsin fans know, Ryan Braun's name's been brought up again in a scandal. Now,
he was wearing deer antlers or something, right?
Well, no deer antlers. That was Ray Lewis.
Oh, all right.
Now Ryan Braun's being linked to an investigation that's ongoing that they really don't have a resolution to at this time. But I never hear a lot of hockey players ever being discussed when it comes to relation to performance-enhancing drugs. Is that just because of is it because of the fact that hockey, though it's growing, it doesn't get the attention of Major League Baseball and the NFL? Or is it because of the fact that it's such a tight-knit group, a tight-knit family when it's on the ice, that really things just kind of stay in-house a little bit more than other organizations?
I think the hockey community is a little bit smaller, and that has something to do with it. But I don't think it's part of the sport. I think other sports, performance-enhancing drugs has become somewhat part of the sport, and in hockey, it's just not looked at that way.
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. What do you think about it, Derek?
I just think that, like, you don't see a lot of big, beefy, muscular hockey players walking around. I mean, hockey players are big, but there's also a cardio level that's involved a lot, and strength isn't everything. Where baseball, hitting home runs, you kind of need that strength.
Right, because you got to have the coordination to play hockey, and I can see that aspect. But I mean, as far as hand-eye coordination go, there's stuff you can take for that. And hockey, that's a pretty big thing in the sport, especially now with the way that look at some of the guys that are just recently coming in. Nugent Hopkins. You look at Yakupov up in Edmonton. I mean, their hand-eye coordination is outstanding. I mean, and I'm not insinuating that's what they do, but I mean, it's just kind of mind-boggling the improvement of some of the guys through the years as it's gotten better from the Gretzkys to now. It's pretty staggering.
So what are you saying? Are you calling for some sort of inquisition?
No,
or what?
It just makes me wonder why it's never brought up in hockey. I mean, and my question.
What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
And that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. Is it because of that aspect? That it's not something that's as prevalent as you see in some
other sports. The hockey
sports.
community is cooler, and they don't give stuff up.
Yeah.
So those that are doing it are getting away with it because they defend each other. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, you guys aren't probably going to answer this question, but I mean, have you ever heard anybody say, hey, if you take this, you're going to be, your wrist shot's going to be better. You're going to be more accurate. I mean, I don't really think that there's anyone out there peddling, performance-enhancing drugs to hockey players.
Yeah, no.
Maybe Pez.
Yeah. Performance-enhancing Pez. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But, I mean, you don't hear any discussions about this, right?
Not at all.
No.
Wow.
Not at all.
All right, so that conversation's over.
Yeah.
Let's play a speed round of goal.
Oh,
all right, you ready?
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Buffalo Wild Wings, playing Name That Goal Song, Derek Smith and Footy.
All right, you ready?
Yep,
Here we
let's
go.
do it.
So you can chime in first with the right answer.
It's the NHL team.
This is what they play when they score in the arena.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Right Said Fred to come out in the middle of it and start dancing.
I bet you they don't know who Right Said Fred is.
I do.
Any guesses?
I don't know this one.
Edmonton, I don't know.
Oh, you're not far off.
Calgary.
Yeah, it's Calgary.
It.
All right. He gets it. Ding, ding, ding. So, yeah, does that really sound like a good goal song to you guys?
No.
How do you? I like the one that you guys have this year. That's the Philadelphia Flyers one. We didn't put that one in here.
No, we didn't.
That's a good one.
During the games, though.
Was that a team vote, or is that all Jansen?
I think Mac decided that one. Yeah.
Did you guys put some stuff up at the beginning of the season and say, all right, this is the one we're going with? You guys vote on it, or is it just Mac Jansen doing his thing, being a Mac, the Captain Mac?
I think it was discussed a little bit, but
Mac just.
But in the end, I think Mac definitely had to say.
It was a good call, so I'm not going to give Mac a lot of heat on that one. It was pretty darn good.
What do we got next, Rick?
He wants to talk, next. Does he? He wants to say something. E-Man wants to say something.
Coming.
Do you want to say, oh, I bet you I know what he's going to say. Here, why don't you give him that microphone right there.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. How about that? You gonna sing? You gonna sing the whole song?
Happy birthday to you. If I forget.
You forgot the rest of it? And that was pretty darn good, though, E-Man. He's giving you a little happy birthday.
This is every day.
It's
it's
kind of like a little
enjoyable.
mini
It
you
is.
sort of hitting himself in the head with the microphone.
No, we won't get into that.
All right,
right
let's
now.
do another quick round of goal song, all right? Here's the next one. That's more like a goal song. That's more legit.
Yep.
Here's a hint. It's a team I think is going to win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, really?
What do you think? Even though they haven't started out that great.
Eastern Conference.
Yep.
The Fly. Oh, no, not the Flyers.
Penguins.
No. Keep going, though. It is Eastern.
Capitals?
No.
Bruins.
Mark Messier.
Oh, Rangers.
Yes, it is the Rangers. There you go. You got it. All right.
All right, what we got?
All right. Here, everyone knows the Blackhawks won.
Yeah.
And that was the Chill goal song the first year. But here's one you guys better know. If you don't know this one, you guys have to both hit yourself right in the forehead, really hard in front of the camera. All right, here we go.
Minnesota Wild.
Yeah. All right.
I was going to guess that before you.
And the Florida Panthers.
Andy Faust, Derek Smith playing the goal song game with us. How do you think the Wild are going to do this year? I mean, obviously they've boosted up the talent. There's no question about that. Do you think they're going to finish up as a top contender towards the end?
I sure hope so. I think last year they started out hot before some injuries, and I think if they could stay healthy in this short season, I think they got a real good chance at the playoffs.
Yeah. Do you like the addition of Suter and Parise? I mean, do you really think that they've really made a difference on this lineup?
I think Parise's definitely made a notable difference scoring goals. Obviously, that's usually one of the Wild's problems. I think he's definitely helped with that on that top line. I think Suter's definitely a stay-at-home guy who we needed.
All right, now last questions for you guys here. Obviously, the team is making, wheeling and dealing and doing some things here. We'll start with you, Andy. What would you like to see the Chill add to the roster? This is not criticizing what you already have. This is what you'd like to see added to the roster.
If I could play GM,
play GM with us.
I like it. Definitely, maybe just a big gritty guy who's not afraid to go out there and fight, or a third line grinder who's not afraid to go in the corners, be physical. A guy who's got a lot of sandpaper, and the other team knows when he's on the ice. I think that'd be something that we would need, or another go-to defenseman like Smitty wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give my opinion after I hear from you guys.
He pretty much took the words out of my mouth.
Is that it?
Mean,
Somebody
a big, gritty guy.
From Apple Valley.
We don't have a lot of those there. Maybe from like Canada or something.
Yeah, I refer to you and Leg
Way
as
up
the
in
Apple
Saskatoon,
Valley gang. The Apple Valley gang. I completely agree. And I've said this before. Like, Alexi is staying at my house, and I said, Alexi, something I'd really love to see on the Coulee Region Chill is a guy out there that's just, everyone is always looking over their shoulder. They just don't know what's going to happen, and it can change a game. It can really be a part of the game. And I'm not saying a goon. I'm saying a guy who can play, but also you're going to be a little bit of afraid of. You're always going to be looking over your shoulder. You don't know what he's going to do. I'm not going to say that Connor Lemarand is that guy, but he's sort of that guy for the Janesville Jets. When we play them, he's going to do something a little dirty at some point. He's going to muck it up a little bit, and I think that would be a good addition to what we already have, because I think there's talent with the Coulee Region Chill.
I do, too.
I definitely do. I think had things gone a little bit differently, at the beginning of the year, I think it could be a whole different scenario where things stand. But I think there's definite talent here.
Do you guys think a lot of this team's going to be back next year, in your opinion? Just from feelers from the guys talking to them. I know it's a little early, like you said, Footy. You got 18 games left, but I mean, still, it'd be nice to get the band back together next year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think. A lot of stuff happens in the off season. A lot of guys have their own agenda, but I think this is a pretty tight knit group of guys, and I think I mean, 18 out of the 23 or so guys can come back. So just playing the numbers game, there's going to be guys coming back no matter what happens, and I think a lot of the guys want to come back for sure.
Do you think you'll be back?
I
know you kind of answered that before, but I want to get a feel from you here. We'd love to see you back here next year.
You know, as a hockey player, I always try to play at the highest level, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I don't want to play in the USHL next year. That's obviously one of my goals, but if that doesn't work out, I definitely could see myself coming back to the Coulee region.
Now, do you guys have, obviously you have friends that play hockey in where you're from originally, and do they ask you, hey, what do you think? I mean, should I try out for the Chill? I mean, do you guys have friends that play hockey ask about it? And I mean, obviously, they're only going to ask you if you think that they're good enough to do it. Otherwise, they're just basically like, going, yeah, sure, why don't you try that? That'd be great. Yeah, why don't you come out to the camp? No, do you have people asking you?
Yeah, there's a couple guys that ask, what's the NHL like? And I think for a while, people kind of look down upon it, and what I've seen and what I've played and what I've heard is it keeps getting better and better every year. And that's, there's plenty of guys that want to play in this league. There's a lot of guys that want to play in this league.
There's some that say that the North American Hockey League skill level is at par with the USHL level, but the guys are younger in the USHL. There are some guys with super skill, but they maybe haven't put it all together yet. I guess it depends on who you ask. But I mean, there's no doubt that the North American Hockey League, I believe, is in its 37th year.
Yep.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
there's something right here, right? There's doing something right. There's no question about that.
I definitely think compared to the USHL, this is an older league with a lot more guys who are age out eligibility, because in the USHL you can only have 4 on your roster. And I think that makes this game a little bit more physical, a little bit more gritty than the USHL. The USHL might have a little more skill guys, a little more depth than this league, but I think this league's I would say this league is, the top end guys in this league can definitely play in the USHL, and there's a little more grit factor in this league too.
I would agree completely with that. Scotty, you have anything for the guys here before we wrap things
up?
No,
just good luck the rest of the way, and go get 2 in Aberdeen or against Aberdeen this weekend. And if they ask to go to our mall, tell them don't take them there. Okay,
yeah.
just
you don't want to make them jealous.
You don't want to open a new horizons for them, okay? Because that might affect their vision on the ice when they play over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think they have a hoo-ha in Aberdeen.
No, probably not at Spencer's Gifts either, I'm guessing. Just saying.
I think you might be right.
Yep.
Guys, best of luck as always. We appreciate you making time to come on down. I know that you took a night off of Dairy Queen tonight to come down here.
I did.
And is there anything you want to say to the crew, Tom and the crew over there? Because
I love their double cheeseburgers at Dairy Queen.
They are
awesome.
good people over there at the DQ.
They're great people. Sorry I missed out on night, but I'll be there. I'll be there next week.
I mean, there are some chill predecessors that worked at the DQ that like the Ryan Jaremkos and the Tyler Kleins and those guys. They maybe passed on a legacy.
Yep, I think they did.
Back there in how to wash the dishes and stuff. You've probably seen the video before.
Yeah, we were trying to make a sequel, baby.
You were trying to make a sequel. Well, I guarantee you we'll release that on the Coulee Region Sports Network if the sequel is made before the season comes.
Time to fold the napkins. By Derek Smith.
It's good quality stuff. What other guys work over there with you?
Anderson, Lashenko, Lovick, Deering.
Okay. Wow, the whole crew.
Kate's was working
So on
there.
that Customer Appreciation Day they had a couple weeks ago, were all you guys working that weekend, or did you?
No, that was on a Saturday.
So that probably didn't work for you, did it?
No.
No, did they try to call you in, though, and then you said you were on a bus somewhere, or what?
No, she gave us a day off. She felt like it would be too much work. We'd get tired. It was pretty hectic, though. I went there. There was people out the door at 9:30.
I thought it would be too much work. That's awesome.
Funny, they didn't recruit you yet?
No, I work back there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Me and Smitty work in the back.
Okay, all right.
We make the fries, baby.
All right. Well, guys, as always,
Thank
we
you.
thank you for coming down to the Chill Coaches shows. That's going to do it for us, Scotty.
Yep.
Have a nice trip to Green Bay or wherever it is
We'll
you're
be
going
leaving
again.
here very quickly.
Yep, I know you're heading on out. The weather's going to get nasty,
Yep.
but you're going to go have yourself a good time going to
thank you.
wineries and breweries and
It'll be fun. It's
the
a
Packer Shrine
you should
and
take
all that
vacation
stuff.
up there. Avoid Lambeau Field. Just enjoy Door County. It's great.
I told you, if the Bears are playing at Lambeau Field, I'll go there.
I know you will.
I want to see what it's all about
I think
someday.
that has to be our man trip at some point.
All right.
Because we've done a couple.
We'll work on that.
I think so.
We're going to the outdoor City Classic.
I am excited
at
about
Soldier
that.
Field. Going to be watching some good college hockey. That's
Well,
going to be fun.
Am I going to get to try Lou Malnati's finally? the
We'll
pizza?
take you to Lou Malnati's.
Oh, fat guys. Happy.
Absolutely. Fat guys are going to be happy for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Chill Coaches Show. For my partner,
Me.
Scotty Gran, I'm Rik Franke. Good night, everyone.
This has been the Chill Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Onalaska. Check out the archive presentation of tonight's show and all webcasts on CRSN. Go to crchill.com and click on the CRSN logo. Coulee Region Sports Network, CRSN. Live, local, and hear it anywhere you can get the World Wide Web.
Shot to goal!